There are many health problems that people don't realize are diet related, and here are a few of them, like sleep apnea, asthma, diabetes, a bunch of different types of cancers, and there are many, many more that aren't shown on this illustration, but this is an illustration from Benefits Pulse. And then here's a second illustration, and this is from TED Talks when Jamie Oliver did a presentation, and this shows how serious the issue of diet-related diseases are, because the top 3 causes of death in the United States are heart disease, cancers, and stroke, and those are all diet-related diseases, along with diabetes that are also on there. So those are definitely more prevalent, and those are what the majority of people who are dying die from, way above anything like suicide or homicide. So it's a big issue. So my name's Lexi. I'm a senior at Purdue this year. I've been studying dietetics for 4 years, so it is something that I'm knowledgeable on. And I think everyone could stand to be a little bit more educated on this topic. So I believe avoiding processed and refined foods you should avoid processed and refined foods, and you should increase consumption of natural and whole foods. And when doing this, you'll decrease the likelihood of obesity, and in turn, by decreasing your likelihood of obesity, you'll decrease these diet-related diseases. So obesity in the U.S. has been on the rise for the last 30 plus years, and in turn, diet-related diseases are higher than they've ever been in history. The obesity trend needs to be reversed, and health needs to be a higher priority for all Americans. According to the Weight Control Information Network, more than 2 out of 3 adults in the U.S. right now are obese or overweight, and about 1/3 of all kids ages 6 to 19 are obese or overweight. So these statistics are higher than they've ever been. Diseases and health problems associated with obesity are things like, that are listed up here, like heart disease, cancers, stroke, and diabetes, but there's also heart failure, kidney failure, hypertension, high cholesterol, many, many more, the list goes on. Decreasing the prevalence of obesity will decrease healthcare costs, and that's by lowering the prevalence of these diseases. It will also increase the lifespan of many people and improve the quality of life for many people. I believe that everyone should eliminate processed and refined foods from their diet and increase the consumption of whole and natural foods. This change will result in not only a healthier weight, but like I said before, it will decrease the likelihood of diet-related diseases, and it will increase energy and increase quality of life and well-being. Eliminating processed and refined foods from your diet will lower your average calorie consumption, which will result in a healthy weight. You'll also consume more antioxidants from consuming more fruits and vegetables. That will lower your risk of cancer. You'll decrease your saturated fat consumption, which will lower your cholesterol and plasma triglycerides, and that's by eating less processed and refined foods. You will also decrease your sugar consumption by not consuming as many sugary beverages, soda, and also consuming less refined foods, and that will lower your risk of developing diabetes. Some people believe that diet is not a significant factor when it comes to health. A simple response to this opposition would be to look at the statistics. According to Michael Pollan, who's the author of a book, In Defense of Food, in the past 30 years, obesity has been on the climb, but so have these diet-related diseases like cardiovascular disease, stroke, heart failure, diabetes, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, and on and on. So there's an obvious correlation between these statistics. If the obesity epidemic continues on the path that it is now, the healthcare costs for caring for these people with diet-related diseases will be overwhelming. Cardiovascular disease, as an example, is the leading cause of death in the U.S. because it contributes to heart disease. So in the New York Times, they stated that if the obesity trend continues by 2030, we'll be paying more than $800 billion annually to treat those with cardiovascular disease. So that's $800 billion towards a 100% preventable disease by the means of just consuming a healthier and all-natural diet. If trends continue, type 2 diabetes is projected to cost us $500 billion a year come 2020, and at this time, half Americans will have either pre-diabetes or diabetes. According to Jamie Oliver, who gave a speech in TED Talks, kids in this generation will live for the first time in history shorter lifespans than their parents, and this is due to the obesity prevalence in these diet-related diseases from obesity. So I challenge you to put your health at the top of your priority list, and one way to do this is to eat only whole and natural foods for at least 10 days. At the end of those 10 days, analyze how much energy you have, how you feel, and how you look, and then determine if this is a lifestyle change that you're willing to commit to. In conclusion, avoiding processed and refined foods will decrease the likelihood of developing many of these diet-related diseases and decrease the likelihood of obesity. So put your health at the top of your list of your priorities and choose natural, healthy foods. Thank you.